So grade 2, let's do this inquiry activity about earthquake. Sometimes earth shakes. This causes many changes to Earth's landscape. Use a model of an earthquake and the landscape. Observe changes to Earth's surface. So now grade 2, you will make a model to simulate a gentle and strong earthquake and observe any changes to your model. First of all, we have to prepare the material: safety goggles, aluminum pan, sand, cup of water, cubes, spoon, and twigs. So I'll leave you now with before it, we will see the steps in here. Then I'm gonna show you a video about the steps, and you have to write down your answers and draw what they asking you to draw. So carry out an investigation. Be careful. Wear safety goggles. Fill the pan halfway with sand. So you have first to fill the pan halfway with sand. Add a little water to the sand. Form a mountain of sand. Then number 2, use the cubes to make buildings. Put twigs in the sand to model trees. So the twigs are what? Trees, and cubes are the buildings. Then you have to record data, draw your landscape, label Earth's surface, the trees, and the buildings. So I'm gonna now leave you with the video. So you have to watch it carefully and follow the steps and write down all answers and draw all the drawing.
In this lesson, you'll use evidence to explain events that quickly change Earth's landscape. Let's look back at the video you saw earlier in the lesson. If you were recording this event, how would you describe what you see? In this activity, you'll make a model to simulate a gentle earthquake and a strong earthquake and observe any changes that occur to your model. To carry out this investigation, you'll use safety goggles, an aluminum pan, sand, a cup with water, cubes, and twigs or craft sticks. To complete this activity, you'll create a landscape model. You will then shake the model with different amounts of force and observe how the model is affected. Before you begin, make a prediction. What will happen to a landscape when it suddenly shakes? Take a moment to share your prediction with your classmates, then select Continue. Safety first. Put your safety goggles on to keep sand out of your eyes. You'll wear safety goggles for the entire activity. Place the aluminum pan in front of you. Fill the pan halfway with damp sand. Use your spoon to shape a small mountain from the sand. If your mountain crumbles shortly after you make it, then you'll need to mix a little bit of water into the sand. Flatten your mountain once your sand is able to hold a shape. Try to keep the sand in the pan, and clean up any sand that lands outside of the pan. Place twigs in the sand to model trees. We substituted craft sticks for the twigs. Use the cubes to make several buildings in your model. Draw your landscape and record your data by labeling Earth's surface, trees, and the buildings. When you finish drawing and labeling the landscape, select Continue. Now let's see what happens to your landscape if a small earthquake occurs. Grab your pan on opposite sides. Gently shake your pan back and forth once or twice. Record your observations. When you finish recording your observations, reset your landscape by straightening your buildings and trees. Select Continue when you're ready to move on. Now, hold the pan the same way you did before. Shake the pan a bit harder. This represents a stronger earthquake. What did you see this time? Was it different from what you saw with a gentle shake? Record your observations. Select Continue when you have finished recording your observations. Look at your model landscape. How has it changed? Draw a picture of your landscape. Include all the changes you observe. When you finish drawing your landscape, select Continue. Now that you've finished using your landscape model to gather information, take some time to communicate your findings. Use your data to complete the Communicate Information section.
So grade 2 will start first with make a prediction. What will happen to a landscape when it suddenly shakes? What will happen to a landscape when it suddenly shakes? So right here, what did you write while you are watching the video? And this is a sample answer. If you want to write it, it's correct. I think the dirt will spread and things will fall over. So the things will fall over. Now let's move here. After the gentle shaking, you have to draw in here your landscape after shaking. And you have also to label the earth surface, the trees, and the buildings. Now shake your pan. Oh no, I'm sorry. Before, you have in here to draw before shaking. Now, after, shake your pan gently once or twice. Record your observation. So you have in here to record your observation after shaking. The sand cracked in a few places and one of the buildings almost fell over. So, number 5. Now shake the pan a bit harder. So now you have to shake it stronger. Record your observations. So, yes, the crack become what? Bigger and what? And the trees and buildings fell over. Yes, the trees and buildings fell over. There is a large crack in the sand. In here you have to draw your landscape after shaking. Communicate information. Draw conclusions. How did shaking the pan change your landscape? Again, how did shaking the pan change your landscape? Yes, the things fall over or fill over and what? Yes, and the surface cracked. So shaking the pan caused my buildings to fall over and the surface to crack. Describe how quickly the changes you observed happened. The changes happened quickly or slowly? Yes, quickly. These changes happened quickly and they caused the landscape to change. Did your observation support your prediction? What about your grade 2? Yeah, answer yes. So I thought the buildings would fall down and they did. And number 10, look at the rock on page 6. This is the rock on page 6. Look in here, yes. Compare it to the change caused by an earthquake. Which change took longer? Explain. So now they're asking you to compare between this changing that happened with or caused by what? But by weathering and erosion, and the change caused by an earthquake. So which one took longer time? That's great. This rock. So earthquakes happen fast and cause much damage. It took the water and bits of sand many years to make the tunnel. This is the end of this video. See you in next one, inshallah.